Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to have another young Indian with us, part of the Voice of the Young series. Right now, we have with us Dorothy, and I don't quite know how to pronounce her last name, so I'll let her do it. You can try it yourself, but let her do it. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Dorothy.
Thank you so much, sir. And also, before I go ahead, I just want to thank you for this opportunity as well and giving me a chance to talk about what's on my mind and everything that I question. So thank you so much, sir, first of all. And yes, my name is Dorothy Ngaihlian. So we pronounce it Ngaihlian.
Right.
And I come from Lamka, which is in Manipur, which is like northeast part of India. To be specific, Lamka is from the Churchanpur district of Manipur. So my middle name, this Ngaihlian, is actually not my last name. It's my middle name because in our community or in our society, I should say, in the Paite community, we do not have last name. I mean, the girls are not supposed to have last name because we need to be when we get married we have to take our husband last name, hence we cannot use our last name in anywhere. I mean, we can, but then not formally. That's why we just have our first name and middle name. That's all. Our last name is always erased, the way women are erased in our town, I should say, sir. Yes, and I am a philosophy researcher currently. I research in artificial intelligence and consciousness and artificial intelligence. Alongside, I engage with feminist threat. Right now, I am not affiliated with any major institution, but I am a research associate with in CESP, which is working with Dr. Sudeep Patra and Dr. Syed S. Hussain. We are working on quantum cognition and complexity science applicating in social sciences. It kind of sounds technical, but it is actually very simple in a way because in quantum cognition and complexity science, we talk about how emotions are not linear, how emotions can be contradictory. It can be like sometimes when we ask questions, we want to answer it in a way that it is a yes, but it's a no. So in psychology or anything, when we ask question, the answer have to be very definitive and rational. Like if I ask you, do you like the color black? It can be a yes and it can be no. It necessarily has to be a yes or a no. But in quantum cognition and complexity science, your answer can be contradictory in nature. You can both like black and white. You can like them both together. So that's the beauty of it. Because even in emotions, it's like, do I like this or do I not like this? Do I like the town where I come from or do I not like it? Sometimes I am proud of the town where I come from, but then I become so frustrated again. So that's the beauty of quantum cognition. And right now in our town, there's this what's really bothering me right now is sorry, sir. So what's bothering me right now is the how do I put this? The sexual abuse of young kids in our town. It is so widespread. It becomes so normal because we do not do anything to the abuser. Instead, we shame the victim or we shame the survivor. That really troubles me. And sometimes when we catch the abuser, they do not do anything to them, sir. They do not do anything to them at all. In fact, what they do is we have this in our town. We have this thing called family council, where the extended family make decisions in our family. So it's 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 very absurd in the surface level, but then that's the reality of it. So if someone abuses someone, and if they are caught, the family council will go to their place and then they will bring some money and then they just talk over it. And that's it. The police are not involved at all, which is so absurd because that implies that as long as you have the money, then you can abuse anyone. How? Is that, sir? So, so it just baffles me the way things work in our society.
Okay.
Not only this, even the woman, even the woman. Firstly, I started off with the woman not having last name, which okay up to a certain level, and I thought it's so common. But then in the evening, I was talking to one of my friends, and I told him that we cannot have last name. Women do not have last name, and that he was so shocked. And I was like, why are you so shocked? It's so normalized. And it's such a normal situation. But then I just learned then and there that it's not normal at all. He further adds on that the even women they have last name and they can use last name everywhere they want, even in the formal and informal sense as well. So sometimes I feel that the things we normalize are not normal at all. So in our town, not only that sometimes even the elder women they are not allowed to wear pants, they just have to wear this wraparound thing. They are not allowed to use WhatsApp or anything of that sort. These are just the basic day-to-day life and the basic day-to-day life of the woman in our town, sir. Gender, especially gender roles, it's like boys are supposed to do this, girls are supposed to do this, girls are supposed to wash the dishes, boys are supposed to just sit somewhere when the girls are doing something. It's like it's so normalized now. And then what's worse is that it's praised. It's praised. And I find that to be so unbelievable sometimes, because once you step out of the town, there are no particular structured gender roles anymore. Those gender roles, we call it in our town, it's just basic life skills. And the sad part is that we mistook laziness with gender roles. That's what I feel, sir. Like, is this common in other parts of India or the whole world, or is it just our town? I cannot understand this at all, sir. So, like, what do you think?
Well, gender roles are defined in traditionally in most countries. Okay. So how strictly they are enforced today? Well, we do see, these killings in North India of girls and women who defy family norms, marry outside the family or try to marry outside the family. And so that's very common in India that we see.
Yeah.
And so the gender, and then even the married women, this case in Delhi recently, where the daughters-in-law are defying the family, she was burned to death. Right? So this women's
Right.
roles are traditionally very strong, and they remain very well, very strongly defined in India throughout. And many. And I wrote a note on LinkedIn just a few days back that I hear from many young women that there is a strong or weak sense of patriarchy.
Yes.
And that, they don't talk too much about it because I guess they think this is not the forum to talk about it. But they do mention it once in a while, or it comes through. I don't ask anything, so it's not that I'm asking the questions, but I do hear it. And it is certainly present. And if you said that girls don't have a last name, Sikh women, their last name when they are not married is Kaur, Kaur, and Kaur just means unmarried woman. So it might be Gurinder Kaur, but Kaur is not a name. Kaur just means unmarried woman. And many girls in North India just have Kumari as the last name. And Kumari just means unmarried young woman. I mean, there were very few old women who weren't married because everybody got tend to get married. But Kumari just
Right,
means
sir.
unmarried woman. So I think it may be very strongly in Manipur. I have no idea, but it is
Sir.
there all across. I won't say all across, I'm not an expert at all, but let me
Right.
say it this way that I know of it in other parts.
Right, sir.
There are
But that's
forms of it, degrees of it, but to say that it isn't there is certainly false.
yes, sir.
Okay,
But
so
sir, the thing is, what are we doing about this? Like, we are not doing anything about it at all. I mean, up to a certain degree, we did, but then it doesn't, but not in a way that it transform anything, in a way that it changes anything. We do not take steps. I mean, this, not pinpointing it in any way, but then even men, even women included, we uphold this patriarchal way of life because it's so rooted and conditioned in our life that we accept it the way it is, because it kind of felt like nature now. For example, even in our town right now, it's like women do all the household. Even if they work outside the household, they come back, they still do it. Like, what are the husbands there for? Do they help them out? There is this invisible load, which invisible mental load. So the women doing all the work, they go outside, earn, they come back, do the household chores and taking care of the kids and everything. They do your laundry, they do the cooking, they do everything. And then it's like when you empower women to work outside the house, but not empowering men to work inside the house, you are not empowering women. Instead, we are exploiting women. And this the kind of, and when I say this, people think that okay, feminism is exploiting women. That's not the case at all. Feminism empowers women actually. The problem is not women becoming independent. The problem is that men aren't. And this is not to say that all men, I mean, all men is such a, I don't know, phrase now, but then yes, it is actually true, all men. And that's kind of what I believe in. Feminism, even in our town, it felt like it's non-existent. There was this one friend who told me that in our town we do not need all those feminism. We even without feminism we have rights, we still go to school. But then feminism doesn't equal rights, it equals equality. And in this kind of town, the council, the church leaders, the inheritance of properties, everything belongs to men. Daughters cannot inherit land and all those. And this is not just in our town. I think it's spread across the country and even some parts of other countries as well. I am not certain about that, but then I am very certain when it comes to our town. So that's also one thing. And moving on, my subject is in philosophy. So when we talk about philosophy, it's like philosophy is about thinking,
hmm,
the questioning things that we take for granted. The one interesting thing about this philosophy is that we do not have philosophy as a subject or as a discipline in our town, which means that we are not taught how to think. I am one of the lucky students, or among the lucky few who stumble upon philosophy by accident outside my home state. And I am very thankful for it. But thinking again in retrospective and even introspective in nature, it's like the people in our town were not taught how to think at all. And when questioning things, questioning the basic life skills or the basic necessities or gender roles, questioning faith even is very foreign and alien. It is like they will term it as a sin. Instead of calling it a philosophy or questioning certain power structure, it is called a sin. And Lamka, not only Lamka, the whole district of Churachandpur is Christian dominant in, and it's 92% of the population, we they are Christians. So we inherit those norms, and when we question gender roles or any established system, and even questioning what it is to be, or what is consciousness, or what is AI. It's called a sin. So if I question, sometimes I we question the existence of God, and they called it a sin. There's and while I was doing my masters, I was I was interested in consciousness. So I kept on asking what consciousness is, why consciousness is so fascinating. And when I try to have that conversation in our town, it doesn't go so far, because the act of questioning, even, or questioning what is consciousness, it's not like it's banned, but questioning itself, it doesn't become a personal act anymore. Instead, it becomes a political act, even, because once you question, you are challenging the authority. So challenging authority is in no way favorable most of the time, especially when you are standalone. So that's the kind of things that's going on. And right now, some students, they are proposing for philosophy to be in our town, but then they said that it goes against the teaching of God, which is absolutely wrong, because anyone who said that does not know what philosophy is at all. And even till now, it's 2025 and we do not have philosophy. We still do not have philosophy. We do not have the professors, and the materials or anything, right? But then we can access to literatures and everything through online. But when it is like on one, or when it comes in a form of teaching, not only online but classroom teaching, that is absent. So something needs to be done. I don't know how it will be or who will do that, but something needs to be done.
Okay,
So
well, thank you for that. Let me, before we try to answer that question, I think let's shift a little bit to the personal, and that is,
yeah.
how did you decide to go from Manipur to Mumbai, and how did your family think that you are going to study this subject which is not even available in your hometown? So a little bit on the personal side, perhaps, if you want to share.
Yes, sir, definitely. So after I'm done with my 12th standard, my aunts live in Mumbai. So
Ah,
I decided to go there and continue my studies.
okay,
And that time, even I myself do not know what philosophy is. So in my first semester, I plan on taking either English or history. But then if I am to take English, I need to take philosophy as well, because it comes in the subject combination.
okay,
And I actually forgot my subject combination as well. So the first day of college, I just went. I just went to college, and I don't even know all my subjects. I just know that I have his English. That's all. So I sat in every lecture, in every class, that, and I do not even know my routine. That's how clueless I was. And then when the first semester approached, I just realized 1 week before the exam that I have philosophy. Then I went to the then I went to the vice principal and asked her if I can change my subject. And I went and told her that, ma'am, I'm not interested in philosophy at all. And turns out she was the HOD of the philosophy department. And the next day in class, she was like, anyone who doesn't want to take my subject, please leave. And that's when I realized that she is the teacher. But then one thing that really transformed my life is that I met Harsha ma'am and Biraj ma'am. They are so good with their subject that it made me fall in love with philosophy. So till my masters, I took philosophy all the way through. They made me fall in love with the subject, and it shifts something in me to ask questions. It made me also realize that I never think at all, and that is so evident when I do not even know my subject combination. While I was doing my masters, there was this one professor that I really admire and changed the whole thing for me. Her name is Dr. Kanchana Mahadevan. She specialized in her subject so much that I aspire to be like her. I want to be like her because she's so intellectually mature. She knows her subject so well. She mastered it so well, and I want to be that knowledgeable as well. So that's when the entire thing shifts for me. I started reading and reading and reading. I try to embrace knowledge and try to think outside the box. So I plan on doing my PhD as well. Last year I gave my net exam, and now I am preparing for my PhD in philosophy of artificial intelligence and consciousness. So when I think about how far I am from not knowing my subject to trying to master the subject and trying to do PhD, it's I count myself as the lucky few. So I am very thankful. And here I realize the role of the teachers. It's so important. Sir, wow, one second, sir. I'll just drink water.
Yeah, I'll put you on pause. We had just taken a pause. We are back now. So, Dorothy, please continue.
Yes, sir. I want to highlight the importance of the teachers. They play such a huge role in the subject they are teaching and also the impact they have on the life of a student. And when you ask me about how my parents react, they actually do not know that I took philosophy because I myself was unsure that time. And then going ahead, when I in masters, when I told them that I'm doing philosophy, they like coming from the tribal areas of Manipur, we do not get the concept of academics. So it's like, okay, you are doing masters. They do not ask the subject at all. So if you do masters, okay, it's master of arts or masters of science. That's all.
Mm.
And right, so we can they do not understand anything of this, or they do not understand the struggles. And it's not like I'm trying to demean them or anything in that way, but that's the reality of our town. And so right now, there are some kind of supports I get from my families as well, because I try to make them understand the importance of philosophy, or what is philosophy even. Not only that, the what is academia, what are
Mm,
the career guidance or
mm,
the career side of it.
mm.
So little by little I try to make them understand. And now that I am moving from those masters philosophy masters level to now going from philosophy, just basic philosophy, to philosophy of I now have to explain again on what AI is and what consciousness is. So it's like a long process. The mental work, it's a lot. But then there's this theory that I myself have, that if you cannot explain a concept in a simple way, then you do not know it at all. So I try to challenge myself in that way. And while challenging, I try to discipline myself as well, because these days media is, it's just spreading. And then we our screen time is like 12 hours per day, which damages our brain, and also not only our brain but our eyesight as well. So when I try to study, I cannot concentrate. So what I do right now to discipline myself is that I turn off all notifications, and just stop using Instagram at all, because it takes up so much of my screen time. And I even mute all the notifications from WhatsApp, so I do not get any notifications and messages to distract me. So my screen time went from 12 hours per day to now it's 5, which is still a lot, but then kind of improving in that area as well. And here I in Mumbai, it felt like I can be lazy because I am alone in a hostel, and I do not need to be disciplined at all in one way. I can just wake up, wash up, and then go to class, because I live in the campus. Now here I live with in a close knit society, and all families, joint family, we are in joint family. So I have to be disciplined in one way, which is very tough because being disciplined is not easy at all. So what I try to do is that I have this whiteboard where I write down few things, what to my to-do list or anything in general. So like I try to sleep by 9:30 and wake up by 5:30. So I try to maintain that routine and being disciplined. That's the goal right now. Sometimes I become lazy and I fumble up a lot. I do not even stick to routine at all. But then but then it becomes easier once you set the routine. It's once you write it down, it just goes, and it just goes and goes. Sometimes it's there are like I am not a very healthy person in a way. I have like asthma and all those stuffs. So it's hard when the weather is bad, and but that's I feel like that's when you try to push yourself because it becomes difficult. But then if it's easy, then you do not have to push yourself. It's like nothing is easy when it comes to discipline. So, but then in again, nothing that's worthwhile is ever easy. So I try to maintain that spirit, and it helps a lot even in my academic studies as well, because I have so much time to read and so much time to do what I want. I have so many times to study, but then I have time to go out as well. So the balance is what I am seeking for, and that's also my philosophy. I am not sure this will apply to everyone, but it certainly applies to me. So I am really grateful that I stumbled upon philosophy by accident. And now I can have conversation and teach the young kids about philosophy as well. There is this one school that invited me last August for a talk series on philosophy, and I feel like that's my chance to go and talk about philosophy as well. So so it's now kind of spreading, and there are youngsters who are so amazed with philosophy because the act of questioning is like a rebel, and being a rebel in a young age is such a cool thing for them. So in one way, it's okay, it's doing the work, but I hope it continues that way. So, oh, sorry, you are on mute.
Okay. All right. Uh, but how did your aunts get to Mumbai?
Yes, my aunts, they get to Mumbai. I think it's like 20 years back. So it was such a long time. I wasn't even born yet that time, so sir, I could not make sense of how they ended up there. But then those time there was this there was a war between the ethnic tribe in Manipur. So then they moved that time, also in search of jobs, of course. But yes, that's how they ended up that side. And now they settled there. They settled there now. I'm not sure if I should go back or not, but then
Okay.
currently I am.
But how do you feel in Mumbai? Safe, comfortable? How do you find yourself?
Ah yes, I enjoy Mumbai a lot. It's I I feel like home there. It's like home
Okay.
away from home.
All right.
And I miss it so much from time to time because the weather is so suitable for me. Even if it's humid, it's fine. I just miss Mumbai. I have lots of memories there. Not only my friends, but even my professors, because they shape my life so much. I really do miss them from time to time. I even miss being a student.
So where are you now?
So currently I am in Lamka, which is Manipur,
Yeah, yeah, I
in
know.
Manipur.
So what are you doing in Lamka now?
So right now I am just doing my research work and preparing for my PhD.
Oh,
I
okay.
am to do a PhD, yes.
Okay, so you are living at home now and you are back in Manipur after you got your master's
Yes, sir.
from Mumbai University.
Yes, sir, from Mumbai
Right.
University.
And where do you want to do your PhD?
Last it was last year when I came for it was this year actually, sorry, when I came for PhD admission in IIT Bombay and IIT Delhi. So I went and appeared the exams and everything, but to my surprise, they do not take anyone from the Department of Philosophy, which baffles me because if they are not to take anyone, then why are they advertising this?
Hmm.
Because we spend lots of money to come to apply for this, the flight tickets, the stay, and everything. And if they're to end up not taking anyone, then why even open the application? But then things turned out well, and I met this research team, Dr. Sudeep Patra and his colleague, and I am working with them currently. They recommended me to one professor in IISC Bangalore, who is the head of complex system. So I want to go there, and now that's my aim. So
Hmm.
I am studying for that as well and preparing alongside my research work right now. So
Okay. All right.
that's my daily life.
Okay. All right. Fine. Understood. All right. You have told us quite a bit about your town and so on and all. How about something personal? What is it that makes you happy? What is it that you enjoy? Something personal, something light.
Hmm. Yes, sir. I enjoy reading. I enjoy reading a lot, and in specific, I enjoy reading feminist literature because I feel so heard and understood. It was in 2024 that I actually know what feminism is. Before, I was so unaware. I thought it was just abstract theories or slogans about men hating, but that's not the case at all. So I really, really enjoy that. And I feel like one thing that is very personal about me is that I care for the woman in my life and a woman around me so much because I can I can feel their hardship. I kind of take it so personal in a way. I want to uplift them. And how do I uplift them? By studying feminist literature, educating them, and all those sorts. So I try kind of I'm not a trained therapist, but then I try to be a therapist for them and all those kind of stuffs. And that's what I am currently doing now.
Okay.
I enjoy it a lot because I get to talk to them and I get to share my ideas and in return their ideas as well. And then it's it's very uplifting in a way because once we pour out everything from the heart and once they pour out everything as well, we get lighter. It's like it's like easier to breathe even.
Okay.
So I really enjoy doing that, sir.
All right. Wonderful. All right. Great. Any tips you have for young people? I mean, now you're masters
Hmm.
finished, so you are senior, right? So, what tips do you have for young people?
I would say take a take up philosophy. It doesn't it's not because it's my subject or anything, but it will transform you. It doesn't have to you don't even have to take it up for the career path or anything, but as a subject or anything, just read and read again and again because it will transform your life and you will learn how to be disciplined as well, how to apply what you read because we said that knowledge is power, but that knowledge is not power at all. The ability to apply your knowledge is power. So try to apply that and spread knowledge, uplift one another, regardless of gender. That's what I want to give the tips to the youngsters. But then I also want to say that don't take my advice or anyone advice for that matter because for good or for bad, happy or unhappy, it's your life, it's our life, and what we do with it is always up to us. So that's really the message I want to send across to. the youngsters.
Okay. Anything else you want to add here?
So I just want to say thank you for your time and also for your Vidped, because here I keep on talking about empowering women, but what is my action? What did I do to actually empower them? Did I did I open a platform where they can share their ideas? I did not at all. So what is the good in me sitting here and talking about empowering women? But then for you, the voice of all you called it. I really admire that because you do something with it, and the voice of all, it's so powerful. So, sir, thank you for this. I am so proud of you for doing this with that as well. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Okay, let's end it here today then. I'll be back. Stay online. I want to talk to you. I'll
Yes,
be
sir.
back with another young person or an expert soon. Till then, let's end this recording. Bye, everybody.
Bye, sir.